This is Plant-Based Briefing, 5 Blue Zones Hacks to Promote a Longer, Healthier Life by Dan Buettner at forksoverknives.com. And I'm Marian Erickson, host of this curated content podcast, where I narrate a variety of articles with permission for people who are short on time but curious about plant-based and vegan living. And I want to give a shout out to Leanne CP from Canada, who left me a 5-star review and some kind words. She said, "Perfect bite-sized clips filled with easy-to-understand information. I love how Marian does the research for us and creates a realistic-sized podcast to listen to. She keeps your attention by delivering facts, studies, and research in a clear, crisp, easy-to-listen-to voice. I highly recommend this podcast, whether you're already vegan or not. It's great info for all to listen and learn from. Thank you." And thank you, Leanne, so much for that review. I really appreciate it, and if you could take a minute to leave me a review, you can go to the link in the show notes. You can go to plantbasedbriefing.com and click the link at the top that says rate and review this podcast, or you can go to Apple Podcasts and scroll down to the very bottom of Plant-Based Briefing, and you'll see the rate and review section there. Thank you so much. It means a lot to me. And today's article from forksoverknives.com was written by Dan Buettner. He's a National Geographic Fellow and multiple New York Times bestselling author. He's the guy that discovered the 5 places in the world that are known as the Blue Zones, where people live the longest and are healthiest. And the 5 places in the world known as these Blue Zones are Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia, Italy, Nicoya, Costa Rica, Icaria, Greece, and Loma Linda, California. So now let's get to today's plant-based briefing. 5 Blue Zones Hacks to Promote a Longer, Healthier Life by Dan Buettner at forksoverknives.com. Editor's note: for more than 15 years, journalist and National Geographic Fellow Dan Buettner has studied what he has dubbed the world's Blue Zones, regions where an unusually high proportion of people live past 100, to identify the driving factors behind longevity. His new book, The Blue Zones Challenge, distills his research into a program for living a longer, healthier life. In this adapted excerpt, he shares some practical tips for promoting better eating habits. The Blue Zones Challenge focuses on setting up your environment to make healthy choices the easiest choices. By borrowing lifestyle practices common to Blue Zones, areas with the longest-lived people in the world, we can optimize the places we live, socialize, and work. Our homes can become mini Blue Zones, and along with our social network, we can expand the reach and improve the overall health of our immediate circle, including friends and family, and even our greater community. Individual change is hard. Willpower runs out quickly. Most New Year's resolutions last just 4 to 6 weeks. In the Blue Zones Challenge, I help you make over your environment, in your kitchen, in your home, in your yard, in your office, and even in your social circle. Each aspect of the Blue Zones Challenge will help you create a lifestyle that supports longevity and a better quality of life. Number 1. Enjoy a Japanese or Costa Rican breakfast. Breakfast in the Blue Zones looks vastly different from the standard American breakfast of eggs and bacon. Beans and rice are a common breakfast staple in Costa Rica, while miso soup and rice are popular in Okinawa. In Loma Linda, centenarians often eat a hearty breakfast of oatmeal or a somewhat non-traditional tofu scramble. In most Blue Zones regions, breakfast doesn't look that different from other meals of the day. Retraining yourself to enjoy soup and bread or even a hearty salad and sandwich in the morning might take some getting used to, but it's an easy way to simplify your cooking routine while cutting out American breakfast favorites that are most often heavy in fat and sugar. Put together a hearty meal using healthy Blue Zone staples such as cooked whole grains, fruits and veggies, and beans. Number 2. Set up your home for better health by design. Trying to change your behavior without changing your environment will lead to failure. Now is the time to set up your home and your kitchen for success. You will have a much easier time if you don't have candy on your counter and a pantry filled with chips and soda. We're not telling you to never have this kind of food, but please don't bring it into your house. Prepare to make this transition easy by decluttering your pantry, kitchen, and refrigerator. Physically remove foods that are off limits or might be too tempting, but that your family members don't want to throw out, such as candies or junk and processed items, and clear your countertops of any kinds of snack foods. That open bag of chips, that box of crackers. Most of us are on a quote-unquote seafood diet. We tend to eat what we see. Create an inconvenient junk food cabinet or drawer that is up high or down low. Number 3, socialize more. Americans had an average of 3 close friends in the 1980s. Today, that number has dropped to between 1 and 2. If you don't have at least 3 friends whom you can call up on a bad day, research shows that you could be shaving about 8 years off your life expectancy. Research also shows that happiness is contagious, but so are smoking, obesity, and loneliness. The social circles of long-lived people have favorably shaped their health behaviors. To reap the benefits that Blue Zones residents experience, reach out more socially and nurture strong friendships. The more you socialize, the happier and healthier you'll be. To start, volunteer in your community for a cause that you care about and that speaks to you. If it's something you do weekly or monthly, hopefully you will see and meet people with like-minded interests. Number 4, start an outdoor or container garden. In all Blue Zones, people continue to garden even into their 90s and 100s. Gardening is the epitome of a Blue Zones activity because it's sort of a nudge. You plant the seeds and you're going to be nudged in the next 3 to 4 months to water the plants, weed them, harvest them. And when you're done, you're going to eat an organic vegetable which you presumably like because you planted it. Plus, you're moving naturally while you're outside enjoying the healing power of the sun and nature and fresh air. Mugwort, ginger, and turmeric are all staples of an Okinawan garden, and all have proven medicinal qualities. By consuming these every day, Okinawans may be protecting themselves against illness. And number 5, optimize your meal times. Focus on food. Turn off the TV and the computer. If you're going to eat, just eat. You'll eat more slowly, consume less, and savor the food more. Use smaller vessels. Choose to eat on smaller plates and use tall, narrow glasses. Studies show you're likely to eat significantly less without even thinking about it. You just listened to 5 Blue Zones Hacks to Promote a Longer, Healthier Life by Dan Buettner at forksoverknives.com. And please share this episode with anyone who might benefit from it. And please take a moment to rate and review the podcast if you have something nice to say. Or if it's easier, just email me directly, Marian at plantbasedbriefing.com. That's Marian at plantbasedbriefing.com. Thanks for listening.